Good morning and welcome to the Wellness Kitchen at the Cavaris Health Alliance. Tracy Adams is filming this segment, and we had approximately about 10 or 11 minutes delay because we couldn't get connected to Facebook, but everything now is good in the world. Okay, my name is Mark Allison. I'm the Executive Chef of Culinary Innovation here at the Cavaris Health Alliance, and today we are going to cook chicken with a mushroom sauce, and we're going to do some zucchini noodles with some fresh pesto. So we're running a bit late, so we're just going to get straight into this now. I've got the oven set at 380 degrees. I am going to take a frying pan and put it on the heat, and we are going to take some olive oil, just a small amount, and place it into the pan. Then I have a chicken breast, which I'm going to season with a little bit of salt and some black pepper. And then when that pan comes to heat, we're going to add that chicken breast to the pan, and all we're going to do is basically seal the chicken breast and get a little bit of color on it. Then we're going to pop it into the oven along with some carrots, and then a little bit later add some asparagus, and it literally takes around about 10 to 15 minutes in the oven, and everything is basically cooked. So let's get this pan hot. For our mushroom soup sauce, we have got a white onion, we've got some mushrooms, we've got some garlic, we've got a little bit of chicken stock, we've got some sour cream to finish off. We're going to chop some parsley. For our zucchini noodles, we've got some beautiful zucchini noodles. And if you kind of get these, then use pasta. I just thought it would be a nice change. So I actually just bought the whole zucchinis and made them into noodles this morning, which was easily done. We've got some rocket peas, mint, lemon juice, and then for our pesto, we've got basil, olive oil, some pine nuts, some parmesan, and a little bit of fresh lemon juice. So our pan is hot. Let's take this chicken breast and pop it into the pan. And we're just going to let that colour and seal. So we can season the underside now. A little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper, and we'll just let that cook out. So while that is cooking, we'll take our white onion, we'll cut it through the root, okay, as we've discussed on previous segments. So now we've got a flat side. We'll take our sharp knife and just cut through the onion and then cut across. Then just cut down, and that gives you all your dice, okay? So we want it nice and fine. Just cut through. And if you've got a sharp knife and you've left the root on, then there should be no tears. When that onion gets too small, just drop it onto the larger side. Take your knife, make a few cuts through, and then again cut through. Turn around the onion, turn it around again, chop, and that is basically all that is wasted on the onion. Okay, we will just check our chicken. That's coming on nice. We really just want to get some color in it. So that's our onion. We'll just move that to the one side because that's going to go into our pan. We've got some garlic, which I've already peeled. And then all we're going to do is basically rock our knife backwards and forwards and slice the garlic up first. Then put your left hand on top of the knife and then just rock that knife. So you're basically mincing that garlic into smaller pieces. And the smaller the garlic, the more flavor is released. So let's chop it nice and fine. Keep cleaning our knife, keep the chopping board nice and clean. Rock backwards and forwards. Smell that chicken already, it smells amazing. We're just going to turn this chicken over because we've got some colour on it. Just show you that. We've got some nice colour, it's nice and crispy. We're just going to seal the underside. So we're going to move the garlic out of the way. Then we're going to take our mushrooms and we're just going to slice through the mushrooms. Any questions, please send them to Tracy, and then she will shout out the question to me, and hopefully I can answer it. So we're just chopping through the mushrooms. We're trying to keep them all the same thickness. And you can use any mushrooms you want. I've got button mushrooms here. You could use chestnut mushrooms or shiitake mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms are a little bit more expensive, but the flavour is absolutely amazing because they're around about 15 times more flavour in the shiitake mushroom than a button mushroom. So you actually don't need to use a great deal. So slice through these mushrooms. Our chicken, last one, can now go into the oven. So I'm just going to place the chicken onto a roasting tray, and I've already got the carrots on this tray. I'll move that pan out of the way for the time being, and we're just going to pop this into the oven. So I've already put our carrots on the tray, chicken on the tray, pan back on the stove, and then we're going to place our onions in. Just move them around a little. There we go. A little bit of salt, not a great deal. I try not to use a lot of salt. I want the natural flavour of the vegetable to come out. We've got a little bit of black pepper. And then we've got our mushrooms and our garlic ready. We'll just move a few things out of the way because we're trying to keep the kitchen as clean as possible every time we cook. We've got our chicken stock. We've got some sour cream to finish that off and parsley. So we're just going to move the onions around. Notice I didn't add any more oil. There was enough oil in the pan to cook these onions. We're going to add our garlic. And I didn't add the garlic to begin with because sometimes the garlic will burn faster than the onions. Then we are going to add our mushrooms. And we're just going to let that cook out slightly. We're going to take our cloth. We're going to clean down our board. That goes in the compost. Remember, always have a bowl for your compost. Have another bowl for any waste that's going to go into the trash. Our board is now clean. Our sauce is on the go. We're going to add a little bit of this stock to move things along a bit. I'm going to stir this around. You know, mushrooms only literally take around about 5 minutes to cook because you don't want to overcook them because then they become rather mushy and they'll lose all that flavour. So this is the base of our sauce. We've got some onions in, we've got some garlic in, we've got some sliced mushrooms. We've turned up the heat slightly because we've added some chicken stock. We want that to absorb into the mushrooms and reduce slightly down. Okay, so for our pesto, what we can do is I've got one of these little machines, a bullet, but if you've got a little processor, use that. So take off the top. We've got some basil. We've got some pine nuts. We've got half a cup of olive oil that can go in. We will add some black pepper. We won't add any salt because we've got some Parmesan cheese to go in there. I've got 2 cloves of garlic. And I'm just going to roughly chop that garlic so it actually gets minced in when we turn the machine on. So the garlic can go in.
Hey Mark, we got a question.
Yep, ask away.
Mary wants to know, do you wash mushrooms or just wash
You wipe mushrooms off. You don't want to wash mushrooms because what will happen is they'll absorb all of that water. And if you put them back in the fridge, when you take them out a bit later, they're all going to be soggy. So the best thing to do would be just get a little bit of kitchen paper and just wipe each mushroom until you get all the dirt off. Usually the mushrooms are pretty clean when you buy them these days, but if you see any dirt on them, just get a bit of dish paper and wipe it off. Try not to wash them, okay? They're clean enough. There's usually just a little bit of dirt on them. So but that was a good question. Thank you for asking. We've got our sauce on the go. We'll just turn that down slightly. We'll add a little bit more stock and we'll just let that cook away. We have got our olive oil and our garlic, some black pepper. We've got some lemon juice going in. Pine nuts. Oop. Let's just try and hit the vessel. And then we've got some basil. So we'll just pop that in. And we'll finish off with our Parmesan cheese. Let's try and make sure that all goes in properly. There we go. Let's get rid of these. Put on the base. Give it a shake. And then let's process this. Shake it round. How easy is that? That's our pesto. Beautiful. Let's have a look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Great colour. Let's see what it tastes like. Fabulous. Better than store-bought. If you can make it, make it. No preservatives in there. Really fresh, tasty, fabulous. Okay, so that's our pesto done. Our mushrooms are on the go. Looking good. Just boiling away. That sauce is now reduced and the smell is absolutely amazing. The mushrooms are getting cooked through. We'll clean our chopping board. And I'll chop up some parsley because that's what we're going to finish our sauce with, along with the sour cream. I've got some fresh asparagus. And what we'll do with that is we'll just add the asparagus to our chicken and our carrots. So, there's our carrots. We'll take this asparagus and we'll just place it on top. There we go. Add a little bit of salt. And we'll pop that back into the oven. Our parsley. Just bring to the center and then take your knife and then rock backwards and forwards. Again with your knife, keeping your fingers out of the way. Let the knife do the work and just chop that parsley. That's all it takes. You don't want to over chop it. We'll put it into that bowl. So we've got sour cream, chopped parsley to go into the sauce, and the sauce is done. Wipe down your chopping board. Compost. So for our noodle dish, we have our noodles. We've got our bowl, and we'll just pop these into a fresh bowl. Get any liquid from them noodles out of the way. We're going to take our pesto. We're going to just add that to our noodles. Any on the top, you don't want to waste it. Just scrape it all out. This smells amazing. And then basically, we just need to toss the noodles in that pesto sauce. You don't need to add any more seasoning. There's enough seasoning in that pesto already with the garlic, the Parmesan cheese, the flavour of the olive oil. And that looks absolutely amazing. And basically all we're going to do to finish that dish off, take a serving bowl, take our zucchini noodles with the pesto sauce on, work them down. That looks so fresh and inviting. Let's move that out the way. Take our cloth, just clean that off. Look at that, doesn't that look beautiful? Then we're going to add some peas to finish off this dish. We're going to add some arugula on the top and some sprigs of mint. And there's a beautiful summer dish made from zucchini noodles. And if you want to, you could make fresh pasta, but that is a fabulous summer dish. If the weather was a little bit better than the rain, beautiful dish for tonight. Vegetarian dish, absolutely fabulous. Okay, so that's one dish done. For our mushroom sauce, what we're going to do is basically turn off the heat, and then we are going to add our sour cream because we don't want the cream to separate too much. So we're just going to add that cream and mix it in to our sauce. It looks beautiful. It smells amazing. Just carefully mix that in. That sauce will melt and thicken up the chicken stock. We're going to add our chopped parsley. And mix that in. That looks amazing. So there's the sauce. Easy. Easy peasy in 10 minutes. Let's get our chicken out. With our asparagus. And then let's take a plate. Let's take our tongs. Let's take a couple of carrots. Let's see. One more. Let's do three. 3 carrots. Let's have some asparagus. That basically takes 5 minutes to cook as our chicken breast to go on the top. And then we're just going to add some sauce. Easy meal, basically in 20 minutes. So there is chicken with mushroom sauce, asparagus and carrots. And then we have fresh zucchini noodles with freshly made pesto, finished off with some mint and arugula and some garden peas. Easy, very easy. Okay, all very fresh, all packed full of nutrition. Beautiful dinner for tonight. Either one is going to satisfy the family. Tomorrow, hopefully we won't have any technical hitches and we'll be live at 10. And I'm going to do some hummus and some salsa. So we're going to do some dips tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this segment. Hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.